What was your best comeback line that left the other person totally speechless? We were in St. Petersburg, Russia, waiting in line for Peterhof Palace. A group from France behind us were infiltrating the lines and trying to skip ahead. I heard a lady behind me say, in French, "Let's go ahead of the Americans. They won't understand." Double quote. I speak French. So I turned over my shoulder and said, "Why don't you stay back the way you belong?" Thing is, my French is actually Canadian. And the lady said, "Oh, they're Canadian. Forget it." Double quote. Not my quote. But I was with a buddy of mine who was known to be sort of a loose cannon. We're drinking at the bowling alley and there is a family next to us and the men are wearing turbans. My friend is of Mexican descent. And at this point he's had his fair share of beers. He turns to look at one of the men wearing the turban and he says, "Hey, why do you wear that towel around your head?" Double quote. And without skipping a beat, the other man shoots right back with a, "To wipe the wet off your back." Double quote. I've never seen my friend look more stunned. Even drunk. He knew that he had just been defeated. We left shortly after this. My mother. Your son is so much better behaved than you were as a child. You were horrible. Me. Probably because my son has better parents. Double quote. My grandma. You're such a big baby. Me. I'm not the one wearing diapers. Double quote. R.I.P. grandma. I'm at a female friend's 50th birthday. Me. You are an old lady now. Double quote. Huh? Please. I have the pussy of a 12-year-old. Double quote. Me. Well. Give it back. You're wrinkling it. Double quote. There was a moment of silence until the entire group screamed with laughter that lasted a full minute and a half. My dad was joking with my little cousin, who at the time was only 8. Dad pats his right bicep. You see this? This is thunder. Pats left bicep. This is lightning. You don't want to get caught in the storm. Cousin, without missing a beat, reaches up and pats my dad's head, which was not a CB bald on top, looks like some clouds are missing. Double quote. While shopping for houses a few weeks ago with my wife, I mentioned I didn't like this house because it lacked a garage, and out of frustration my wife snapped, "I don't know why you want a garage. You suck at working on cars." I instantly fired back with, "I don't know why you want a nice kitchen. You suck at cooking." Both her and the real estate agent were pretty quiet after that. I had to cook every meal for 2 weeks, so I feel like I lost the war. I love that fucking woman. If I wanted to kill myself, I would climb up to your ego and jump down to your IQ. Guy just went speechless and left. Double quote. Edit. Just to be clear, I actually did say this, but not to someone I hate. Me and my friend were having an insult contest and I won with that one. He actually did go speechless and walked away. Not angrily, but out of shame that he lost. Had a friend whose girlfriend broke up with him at a party, in front of many people who stood around gawking. To really make it sting, she told him he was terrible in bed. Without missing a beat, he said, "Just because all you ever want is anal doesn't make me bad in bed." The look on her face is something I remember to this day. This guy at my college job always had something to complain about every single time he came in. Friend was talking to his girl. Girl didn't want to hang out with him. He hit someone else in traffic, etc. One day we were having a store meeting with everyone in it and it was early in the morning, so I didn't feel like hearing it and I was particularly short with him. We were standing in the group and he apparently had just told everyone the story of how he was going to be in low spirits today because his girlfriend broke up with him. I came in a bit late to the circle and everyone is just kind of staring at their feet. He was good at milking a crowd. Me. What's up, everybody? Him. I just let everyone know that my girlfriend dumped me last night, so I'll probably have to take it easy today. It was about 10 PM and she called me. Yeah. Life's tough all over. You've prepped your excuse for laziness. Gotcha. I meant, what is the meeting about? Group just started laughing and he kept his mouth shut for the rest of the meeting. Sounds petty. But I felt great and everyone was thrilled that he stopped milking it for 20 minutes. I was maybe 10-12 and my brother was 11-13 years old. This still remains my best comeback. He said something about me being fat and wearing orange and looking like a pumpkin. Me. Yeah? Well you're a tomato. Him. What's that supposed to mean? Me. Nobody knows if you're a fruit or not. We were pretty sheltered kids. Yesterday I was at a local party and passed a group of about 5 while on the way to the toilet. One of the guys in the group said, "Whoa. You are fat," which is true. I just replied, "Yeah, and you are ugly. Life is tough for us." That sentence had him flabbergasted and the girls in the group lodging, and while I gave myself a little jab it just felt so good to shut that guy up. Backstory. Drunk with friends. Way too many people in a hotel suite. My friend had just learned that he had gotten a girl pregnant. Was being an arsehole to the rest of my friends and I alone had paid for the hotel suite. Drunk friend. Fuck you Avansire. I'm way too drunk to be sleeping on the floor. I'm taking your bed. Me. But this is my room. I paid for it. Pretty sure that gives me the right to sleep in my bed. Double quote. Drunk friend. Just crash on a couch. Dick. I'm sure one of them has to pull out. Double quote. Me. Yeah. Unlike you. Double quote. Boom. Edit. My top voted comment, and it was something witty I said when I was drunk. Go figure. Yes. I got the bed. We're no longer friends. But that's a whole other story. And he just walked away with his mouth open. Are you gonna fight me or are you gonna fuck me? Double quote. This little wimpy shit was in my face doing the bro waltz with me over something utterly stupid. He had lost the game of pool we were playing. He threw down his cue. Marched up to me. Got right up in my face. Mouth breathing. Swearing. Trembling. Clenching his fists. And essentially going full retard. Everyone in the bar had turned to watch this spectacle. And I just stood my ground and quietly let him have his meltdown. This went on for way longer than it should have. And it became very awkward when nothing else was going to happen. Breaking the tension. I plainly stated, "Are you gonna fight me or are you gonna fuck me?" The whole bar erupted in laughter. And the kid turned to his friends looking for backup and they were laughing too. He turned beet red and stormed out. Got back to playing pool. And I had a nice warm feeling for the rest of the night. Thought of another one that I didn't say. So I was walking through Spain in a smallish town. It was a hot day and people were wandering through the streets. There were 2 English tourists stood on their balcony overhanging the streets. They shouted to these 2 fit-looking Spanish girls and started singing the Queen song. "We are the champions. We are the champions." Double quote. One of the hot girls turns and shouts, "No time for losers." Double quote. It was a glorious moment. Not super proud of this, but it did shut the guy up. I deservedly got punched in the nose in middle school for making fun of a kid and was ridiculed by other kids because I was crying after it happened. For the next few years. Another kid always teased me about it. He would always ask how my nose was and all I would ever mutter was a "fuck you" or something equivalent. Well, in 10th grade his mother had passed away and he was gone for a few weeks to deal with it. One of the days he came back. I walked past him on the stairs and he asked his usual question. "Hey new green. How's your nose?" I guess I finally had enough and snapped back at him with, "Hey. How's your mom?" He never talked to me again. I feel terrible about it. But he kind of had it coming. TLDR. Dead mom. I was at the bank cashing a check I had received from helping tile a neighbor's house. The neighbor liked to go to a lot of strip clubs. And being from a small town, the bank teller knew him. And evidently that fact. She looked at me, smiled, and asked if I wanted the check in once. So that I could go out later. Insinuating frequenting a strip club. Without missing a beat I replied, "Only if you'll be there." She blushed and everyone laughed. The teller handed me my money. Flustered and speechless,